Welcome guys. 2nd of August, new month has started. So looking at Bitcoin, I'm quickly going to jump down to the monthly. Firstly, what I want to show you guys on the monthly is that currently our monthly support area is at 35,000. That is where we can clearly see that price has found support. We made a nice bounce. Also, what I like is that this current monthly candle closed above the previous monthly candle high. So it's just going to be normal for price to retrace and then to potentially break these highs. I want to see a continuation to the upside for further upside momentum. Only thing that does concern me though is that if we look at the selling volume and we look at the buying volume, it's almost only 60% of that volume. But with that being said, let's quickly go down to the weekly. From the weekly, we can see that last week we closed above this weekly resistance right here. This candle high also took out that week's candle high. That was the week of the 14th of June, and we closed above it. So how do we trade this going on the daily? So a nice pullback will be healthy. If I just look at this move from the lows to the highs, these are our levels to potentially average in. And how do you average in? You buy in at small portions at each of the various levels. So the first level where I would like to average in is at 37,500. And then my second level is going to be at 34,300. And why are these two levels significant for me? Firstly, because this is the 38.2 retrace of this entire move up. And then the 618, which is the golden ratio, is sitting at 34,300. So that is the levels that I'm going to monitor to potentially get in on the daily. This is for Bitcoin. Also, one thing that I do want to note is that after that strong move we had last week or late in the prior week to that, you can see that volume has slowly but surely started declining. So this just shows me that it's going to be a healthy retrace. I then want to see volume start picking up again to start pushing price higher and breaking prior resistances. Then quickly going over to Ethereum. Remember last week that I said it was quite a weird scenario that I was potentially looking for shorts on Bitcoin, but I was looking for longs on Ethereum. Basically, what I mentioned was that if we break this high right here, I want to see price go on to the next area of resistance. This is now currently the area of resistance that we are finding here, still on the daily chart. And as you can see there, volume started picking up if I look on the daily. After this breakout, look what happened. Volume started moving up, and that's why we had a nice continuation to the upside, and now currently price is sitting at a nice steep resistance again. This move from this prior area was almost a 7-8% move to the next resistance area. For now, let's see how price reacts at this area of resistance before we take our next move. Otherwise, our next area would be this prior resistance, now potentially turns support. And this is sitting at 2,328. I want to see what price does at that level. And from there, we can start executing. Link broke through this resistance area nicely with some decent volume on the daily coming through. As we can see, a decline in volume, so that's obviously just a nice healthy correction. I would potentially want to look at getting in on Link at 50. That is a nice area for me for potential longs. And then we can take it all the way back up into this mid-range area at 27, past the 200 daily EMA, and that's potentially where we'll find another pullback on Link. Binance Coin, very little movement. I don't want to do unless we start seeing some volume coming in and also some resistance breaks. This does not indicate a new bull market for me. Nothing there on Binance Coin for me. Monero as well, very slow price action to the upside. Also very low volume, so not too phased or keen on Monero. XRP, on the other hand, very nice volume on this breakout. So what I'm expecting at these levels are that once we start breaking this upper area of resistance, if we can start breaking these candle highs, remember this is not a daily chart, if we can break these candle highs that are sitting at 0.77778, then I potentially think we can have a nice run up to about 0.89. So this is definitely one to monitor. Nice big candles indicating big buying volume. Litecoin also still just hovering, struggling to get through this area of resistance. Nothing there for me at this stage. Doge, that pump and dump coin, also just moving sideways for the last week. And those are the coins that I want to look at, guys. So very interesting enough. Ethereum pushing up nicely, breaking through this prior area of resistance. But now Bitcoin, which is a little bit alarming for me, is that Bitcoin broke through this area of resistance. And now what has ultimately happened is price failed to stay above that area. Now, the other concern is, even though I mentioned this is where we want to dollar cost average in, is that if price really starts dumping to the downside, price can then get back into this range right here. So definitely a delicate situation in the market, but we got to monitor it, see how we can react on our trade ideas, how to manage risk, and then we see how the week plays out. Hope you guys have an awesome week. Trade safe and manage your risk.